What's up guys, Gray here, welcome back. In today's video, I want to talk about a loadout that I've been running inside of the Crucible and how it's sort of an alternative to all of the Void 3.0 builds you're seeing out there right now, and how it's only going to get better over time once things like Arc 3.0 work their way into the game. Now this loadout sort of came together when I started working on and crafting the Ragnhild Kinetic Aggressive Shotgun. This is one of the new shotguns that just came out in the Witch Queen, and it is craftable. And it's really nice because if you spend the time investing in this weapon, you can guarantee yourself a 5 out of 5 God roll shotgun for PvP. Now some of the perks on this shotgun really make it unique, and it's going to pair the best with an Arc subclass. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today. It's going to be the basis of the loadout and the build here. I'm using my Titan as an example, but really you can take this idea over to any of the other Arc subclasses in the game. There's a couple of seasonal mods that make this loadout even stronger this season, but like I said, it's going to continue to be strong when things like Arc 3.0 finally release in the game. Taking a look at the shotgun itself here, the Ragnhild is really unique for a number of reasons. The two perks you actually want to go after this are both handling perks, and they're going to pair the best with an Arc subclass. The first one you want is Perpetual Motion. This is going to give you increased stability, handling, and reload speed whenever you're in motion, which is literally almost all of the time whenever you're in PvP. This is going to give you some nice bonus handling on your weapon. And we'll come back to it in just a moment here, but the other perk we're talking about is Elemental Capacitor. Now, this is one of the few perks in the game that I actually feel like it is worth it to get the enhanced version on your weapon. Elemental Capacitor gives your weapons bonus stats based on whatever subclass you're running. You can see right here, if we're running an Arc subclass, it's going to give you a massive increase to your handling. So whenever we pair this with an Arc subclass, we can almost max out the handling on this shotgun. You can see right here, if we run the enhanced version of this perk, it does give you an extra 5 bonus stats, which doesn't seem like much, but it really does add up. You can see by default, I have 86 handling on this shotgun, and that's not taking into account Perpetual Motion. Perpetual Motion gives you an extra 10 handling for 1 stack. So even just with 1 stack of Perpetual, we're at 96 handling. And once we work our way up to that 2 stacks of Perpetual Motion, which isn't too often, we'll be above the handling cap. We'll be above 100, meaning this shotgun could not possibly swap any faster. It's incredible. Now, the other thing to mention about this shotgun is the intrinsic Foundry perk, the Hakke Breach Armaments. This weapon deals increased damage against vehicles, turrets, barricades, and stasis crystals. The important thing to note there for PvP is barricades. This shotgun will one-bang any Titan barricade. You can literally just slide up, even from a good range, fire your shotgun, and completely destroy their barricade immediately. It's a really nice counter for all of those Void Titans out there and all those Loreley Splendor Titans out there who are constantly dropping their barricades. You can just destroy them with 1 shot with this shotgun. It's a very nice niche counter for the current meta in the Crucible. Now, going along with that, I did try to use the Cantata 57 hand cannon. This is a new energy hand cannon, and it's absolutely incredible. The only issue I'm having with this current roll that I'm using is that it's just a little shy in the range department, but this is still a fantastic roll. I've got small bore, accurized rounds, Eye of the Storm, and opening shot. I do have a reload masterwork, so you can see I am missing out on some range here between small bore and the masterwork. But again, this has a very unique Foundry perk. This has the Suros Synergy perk for reloading this weapon, gives you bonus handling, and reduces incoming flinch for a short time. That's a very unique perk. There's really not a lot of things in the game that help us reduce flinch on our character. Now, both of those Foundry perks are very important this season because if we look at the seasonal artifact, there's actually 2 mods that we can take on here that make those Foundry perks even better. The first one being Psionic Forging 1. This increases the duration of the Psychohack origin trait and the effect of the Suros Synergy origin trait. So this makes it so that Suros Synergy perk on our hand cannon is actually better whenever we're running this mod. This is a 1-cost helmet mod. It's very easy to throw into your loadout. In that same vein, we have Psionic Forging 2, which increases the duration of the land tank origin trait and the effect of the Hakke Breach Armaments origin trait. So both of those origin traits that I talked about on both our shotgun and our hand cannon, we can increase them by using both of these mods. We take a look at our helmet here. I'm using both of them right here. I have Psionic Forging 1 and 2. Now these are both really strong, but I'll let you know you don't have to use Psionic Forging 2 to be able to destroy those barricades. And if you're not using the Cantata hand cannon, like in some of the gameplay I'm actually using my palindrome, feel free to swap one of these off, because we also have hand cannon targeting on the artifact as well this season for 1 energy. In an ideal world, if you had an Artifice piece of armor for your helmet slot, I gave you that 5th slot. I really wish I had one for this video. You could run all 3 of these mods and be completely golden for your loadout. I wish I had that. I'm working on it. Master Grasp of Avarice is a 1590 dungeon, so you have to level up a lot this season to get access to it. But I definitely am going to chase that, because having all 3 of these would be very, very strong to have on your loadout. Now, like I said, this setup will work with any Arc subclass. If you're running Arc Hunter, Arc Warlock, you can run a very similar loadout. It's all about this shotgun taking advantage of Elemental Capacitor on any Arc subclass, and it makes it so snappy and so fast. It's really, really nice, and I'm really enjoying this shotgun. It feels really consistent, really crispy, gets me really easy kills. It feels like a shotgun should. I know that we've had a lot of nerfs to shotguns. I mean, you're really lucky if you can get even a 7-meter kill on a shotgun nowadays, but this is still a very compelling option because it's an aggressive frame, which means it has a higher damage profile than other shotguns in the game. Briefly going over my loadout, it's pretty cookie cutter here for my Titan. I still run Striker Titan. It's one of my favorite subclasses in the game. I'm running Bottom Tree Striker here because the synergy works really well if you're shotgunning. Your melee kills give you health regeneration. If you strike an enemy with your melee ability, it reloads your weapon and gives you extra weapon damage and stability for a short time. Works really good with the playstyle, but you could also use Middle Tree if you want to, if you're more familiar with that. Go right ahead. I'm of course using Dune Marchers here. That's still a fantastic exotic. Can't go wrong with that nice slide buff. And I do also run Quick Charge on my class item to really make sure I have maxed out handling on my shotgun all the time. This really isn't necessary if you're running Perpetual Motion and Elemental Capacitor on your shotgun here, but you may as well run it if you have room for it. But that's pretty much going to do it for the loadout, guys. I just wanted to share this with you guys and make sure you're aware of it because it's very potent. A lot of people are running Void 3.0, but there's some really insane things you can do with an Arc subclass right now in some of these new weapons. And like I said, this is only going to get even stronger with Arc 3.0, which may be coming next season. I think we've been teased that Arc 3.0 may be the next one on the list. So we'll have to wait and see, but hopefully that's the case, because this loadout will absolutely pop off once that's the case. Thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor, leave a like down below, smash that subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next one.